Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. I am at the corner of Yonge Street and Eglinton. So right now the camera is facing southbound on the north side of Eglinton, facing southbound down Yonge Street. Right across the street there is Canada Square, and right here is the Yonge Eglinton Center. So I'm going to take you guys someplace special that I've just sort of found out about in this area. This is the whole Yonge Eglinton Center Mall. It's got Cineplex, Pickle Barrel, lots of shopping, Sephora, Winners. There's grocery shopping as well. But the real treat is going to be up this elevator to the rooftop patio. It says here that it's privately owned by the management of this building, Ryokan. So I want to show you how absolutely fabulous it is. And there's a real special treat to show you as well. So we're just outside of Sephora, waiting for the elevator. Excellent. Okay. Let's find patio. So this is only going to go up one floor, but you can see all the construction happening with the Eglinton Crosstown, which is taking considerably longer. I'm going to try and give you a better look at sort of the mess on Eglinton with the crosstown, and then I'll show you the patio, the rooftop patio. Now, this rooftop patio was constructed when they filled in this whole space here. So where I'm standing right now did not exist. Well, it existed, but not in a building format. It was just in big open space between, well, right on Yonge, on the northwest side of Yonge and Eglinton. Hopefully you're not getting much reflection off of the windows, but you can see all the construction that's still occurring. So where the camera is angling now, that's looking southbound. That's the what once was the Bank of Montreal. And there's office towers there. I don't know if you can really see that escalator. Then there's CIBC, and then you can see looking eastbound, all the congestion. I mean, that whole north side of Eglinton is closed off. You can see they're doing something here on Yonge Street. We don't know what that is. I'm going to try and angle down a bit so you can see. So you can see that it looks like there's it almost looks like a tunnel build, not big enough for a car, but the cement is elevated, so that's maybe going to be some sort of meridian on Yonge Street, north of Eglinton. Not sure what's going on there. And that's looking to the north, if you can see. And that's a new tower right across there, the TD Center. Again, that used to be like a two-story TD Bank. I think it was maybe not a low-rise, but maybe a 5-story building. So it wasn't a 2-story TD. It could have been maybe up to 5 stories. But the good thing with that, what they did was they opened up that corner, even though it's not much, a lot better at the moment. But where you can see that corner right at Yonge and Eglinton, that used to be really crowded because the TD building, the old one, before they tore it down, came right out the way buildings did at the time, much the way the CIBC building is, sort of right out to the street almost with a little bit of sidewalk. So that's much more now, much more comfortable now than it was having that open space. But again, the sidewalk going northbound, you can see how tight it is. So I'm assuming they're probably going to open up that sidewalk because it can get very congested on the weekend and certainly during the lunch hour. Okay, so enough of this. Let me get you back up. And that's our skyline. Okay. Let's go into the coolest place. Okay, this is the entrance into the rooftop patio. You can see there's a sign that says, "Be aware. Bees busy at work." And I will show you the beehive. When we came here the other day, they were just abuzz. And oh darn, they're not out. You know what? It's probably too cold. When we came here, well, you can see some bees. When we came here a couple of days ago, it was really quite warm out and sunny, so there was a lot more activity outside of this hive. But yeah, that's a beehive. There are a couple of bees. I see 2, 4. Yeah, there's 4. Right sort of down at the corner, down at that corner. Isn't that cool? Very cool. Now, can't get access. The public can't get access into the beehive. This is just for maintenance staff, which of course makes sense, because you wouldn't want anybody to do anything they shouldn't do. So that's very cool. And this is the whole patio space. And as you can see here, there are people having their lunch out here. It's quite gorgeous here. And I think I started to mention initially what was here. Well, this didn't exist before they filled in this section of the Yonge and Eglinton corner. As I mentioned, it was just a big open, sort of big, huge patio space. Didn't really have chairs or comfortable seating. Just had some steps that led up to the patio. But it was hard to get up if you had like a baby carriage or something. Here's some information here. Just about, well, it's talking about the Battle of Montgomery's Tavern, which is around here, what was the Metropolitan Street Railway. So what they're talking about here is this whole area here of the Yonge and Eglinton area. And Cowbell Lane, that's on the south side of Eglinton to the west of Yonge. And it runs behind where the 7-Eleven is, I think. Yeah, so it's beautiful. Yeah, so it was a big open space here, and then probably it would have been constructed before the start of the Eglinton Crosstown, but it doesn't seem like this space. And Eglinton Crosstown started 10 years ago. But I don't know how far they were at that point at the beginning here at this location. But this whole area, they added in Sephora and Winners and this patio. This was constructed, I would say, within that 10-year period. It doesn't seem like it's been that long. Certainly not that long. Only seems like 5 years to me. But so this tower here, so these surrounding towers were originally here. They were always here. And the Heart Stroke Foundation used to be here. Maybe they're still here. I'm not sure. Oh no, they used to be at Yonge and Davisville. Then I think they moved here, and I'm not sure if they're still here. Anyway, so here is the newly erected South Eglinton Crosstown station. Of course, as you can see, it's still under construction. Can you guys see it? Sorry about that. I needed to move the camera down. I apologize. So when we came up, you can see the CIBC there. That's where the Bank of Montreal used to be. That's Canada Square. I think that Bank of Montreal building is vacant. I know the plan is to tear that down and then to tear down the Canadian Tire building right next to it, that black glass building, the old bus barns. Of course, this is where this construction site is right now. That's where the old bus barns once were. So I thought when I came up here, I just realized it. I said to David, there's no big hole in the ground, and it's always been flat since the construction started. So I'm wondering if they're actually going to keep it. Like there's no big dig. In other words, like no big hole in the ground. So they would have done that, of course, in part to build this structure here where the crosstown station is. But where all that construction is, that could just be like a holding area, supply area, and then maybe they'll dig deep and put a condo there, or they're going to put a park there. I don't know, but I've heard a couple of different things in the past few years. And the red brick building, maybe you can see in the distance there. Where are we? It's police station. Yeah, so it's pretty cool, I think. This little patio up here. The only thing I noticed is there's so if you wanted to sit up here in the summertime, it'd be beating down hot because that's south. And I don't know if you guys can see it in the distance, but there is the CN Tower to the south. But the sun would come here, it'd be here by noon, it'd be beating down on this platform, this patio space here, and there's no coverage, so I guess you come up here for just short periods of time because it'd be awfully hot. But anyhow, thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that little excursion, this rooftop patio. And there's one other thing I want to show you that I've just noticed, and I think there's a building just to the west of this building, or at least the main floor is. I just noticed today that all the storefront windows have been covered. So let's check it out and see. Going down. Let's just see if they are planning on doing a tear down. So I'm just going to be walking in that direction. That's going west along Eglinton. Such a runny nose. Okay. First floor. So we just came from the rooftop patio. Now we're going to exit the same way we entered for the most part. Let's go in this way. Or rather, let's exit this way. Okay. Now I want to take you guys down here. So this is all the construction again with regard to the crosstown. We were just up above where we're looking at this building here to the south. That's the crosstown Eglinton station. Or one of the entrances, rather. So look how big this sidewalk is. This sidewalk that I'm walking on was actually the width of what I'm walking on now, but look at how big it's going to be. Now I don't know if they're putting planters there or what they're doing. But anyhow, the sidewalk's going to be a lot bigger. And I suspect they'll probably put in a bike lane. And so this was, this is part of that young Eglinton Center. And we're heading westbound right now to Duplex in Eglinton, because these are the storefronts I want to show you. These have recently, I'm sure it's like recently, within the last week or so, that you can see how all these storefronts have shut. It says here, we'll move to this. So they're moving to 250 Eglinton East. So they're moving to the other side of Yonge Street. See, it's all closed off here.
M5.
And even the North Toronto Community Church Salvation Army is closed off. they're doing. Maybe, yeah. So it's this building here, which is separate from the Young Eglinton Centre. You can see the Young Eglinton Centre is a lot taller, and it's this building right here that something's cooking. Okay, so I'm just going to walk around the corner and see what they're doing here. So look at this is new. This has happened within the last week. This sidewalk has been torn up. You can see I'm walking I'm walking on the road, makeshift sidewalk. I don't see any. There's a notice across the street there, but that's been there for a while for that tear down. But I didn't notice any signage here for this tear down. Or did I completely miss it when we passed it? Anyway, I just wanted to point out all those storefronts that were shut. So something's cooking. Anyhow, folks, I thank you very much for joining me. I really wanted to show you that beehive and show you that beautiful rooftop patio on top of the, at the Young Eglinton Centre. So it might be something you might want to consider spending a little bit of time at if you are in the neighborhood, and stop and have a coffee and take it up to the rooftop and enjoy the sights. Have a wonderful rest of your day. This is Boomer Girl Walking, signing off.